You ever meet someone, and it feels like you've known them your whole life? I did. This story happened last week, and I'm still thinking about what happened. I met her while she was visiting from the US. She was born in my country, a small city like mine in Europe, but now lives overseas. We connected online. And within 3 days, something sparked. Long conversations. Deep topics. The kind of chemistry and bond that builds fast and makes you question reality. It felt like something meaningful was forming, like fate put her on my path. The plan was to meet in person once she came to my city because she was at her grandparents' 3 hours away. After we were chatting for 3 days straight, the day came. We were supposed to meet at 9 p.m. She arrived at 11 due to the delay of the taxi and traffic, and I waited because I liked her. When she finally got in the car, we were both excited. She looked at me with warmth. We talked, smiled. That same chemistry was there. But just 30 minutes into our first real-world interaction, her cousin called. I sensed they were planning to go to the club. I asked what the call was about. She said, "Just wants to hang out." But something in her voice felt off. I told her gently, "Please be careful." What I meant was, it is not respectful to go to a club right after meeting a man who waited for you 2 hours. Especially if this man showed up with real intentions. And it was midnight, so it was clear only clubs are still open in my city. She told me her cousin does go to clubs because she was married, but it didn't add up. Her energy shifted. I could sense the lie. I dropped her at her cousin's house. No kiss, even though we both felt that tension in the air. It wasn't an act of refusal, but more like trying to keep her morals, since we were only less than 1 hour meeting in person. Before leaving, she asked me to meet tomorrow morning. But here's the dark psychology trick I always use. After meeting, I never send them a text. It makes them question their insecurities if they weren't liked by me. 95% of the time they text me within 2 hours. When women feel insecure, they try harder to make you like her. I don't use it to manipulate. I just use it to ease and fasten my process to make her love me. But let's continue the story because I will explain this at the end of the video. That night, she texted twice. First text asking if I arrived safely. I saw it but didn't reply. After 20 minutes, she texted me again asking if something was off, but I stayed silent until the morning. Then I told her the truth. I wasn't sad. I was disappointed. I told her I felt disrespected, that I noticed the dishonesty, and that even if she didn't plan to go to the club, she could have chosen not to, out of respect for the man she just met. She softened, tried to continue the conversation, told me the truth that she was at the club and also posted stories, to show some kind of honesty that she didn't hide it from me. She wanted to keep talking by trying to explain by long messages. It was obvious she wanted to meet me that morning, but I ended it politely. I said, "It was good talking to you and I enjoyed our time. Enjoy your last days here." Then, something changed. That same day, she posted sad quotes on her story. Deleted the Instagram stories of the night before at the club. Posted a photo with her little nephew on her story, as if trying to project innocence, purity, regret. I didn't react. By midnight, she unfollowed me. But here's what most men don't realize. When a woman feels a strong emotional connection, and the man walks away, not in anger, but in silence and dignity, it leaves a psychological imprint. The psychology of walking away. When you walk away with class, with reason, not rage, it shakes something inside her. At first, she feels confusion, then ego, then silence turns into echo, and finally, reflection. Because it's not the loss of a man that hurts. It's the loss of respect from a man she respected. And trust me, that cuts deeper. The two main reasons I chose to walk away was the lack of honesty, since she was trying to cover the fact that she was going to the club that night, and the disrespect of going to the club right after meeting me. If I go even deeper, maybe she didn't tell me the truth because she knew I was not gonna like that, and she might have thought I was going to end it there. I knew she wanted to still see me, but it would be easier for me if she would speak up to her cousin and refuse to go to the club. Or at least she could be honest with me. That night she broke two of my main principles, respect and honesty. And I choose to walk away, not to punish, not to manipulate, but because self-respect comes before romance. Because you can teach someone to value your time. You only show them what happens when they don't. Do I believe she's thinking about me? Yes, her actions told me. Deleting stories, posting sad quotes, unfollowing me. These aren't signs of someone who doesn't care. These are signs of someone whose expectations were shattered. I believe she's in the loop. I believe she didn't expect I would walk away. And I believe she will text again. And honestly, I'm thinking about her as well. This story happened last week, and because it had a deep impact in me, I wanted it to share it with you on my channel, hoping it could relate to you, and maybe you also learn something from my experience. As Seneca said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. And although we are both thinking about each other, I believe she is experiencing it more than me because she might have a feeling of regret. But my thoughts are mostly like, I wish she didn't do that so we could still be talking the same way. I didn't do something wrong, I just chose myself. You see, a woman may not cry the first day you disappear. When a woman is on a psychological loop, this is what most likely happens. But by day 3 or 4, she starts to wonder, why didn't he chase me? By day 7, she checks your status. By week 2, she might be listening to the same music you shared, reading the conversations, overthinking what went wrong. And by week 3, she either texts you, or she tries to replace you and fails. Walking away doesn't make you weak. It makes you powerful, if you do it with reason, with silence, with dignity. So to all of you watching this, yes, I walked away from someone I felt real chemistry with. Not because I didn't care, but because I care about how I'm treated. And to be honest, I'm still wondering if she will write again. If she doesn't, it's probably her ego that doesn't allow her. I actually miss her too, but can't take the step to write her, since I wasn't the one wrong. But if you want to know what will happen the following weeks, I will update you while crossing my fingers. I also want to know your point of view about my story. Of course, I'm not perfect, and I'm open to hearing your opinions. And if you have a similar story that you want to share, write it on the comments and I will make a video about it. Subscribe for real stories from personal dating experiences, and most importantly, to understand the psychology behind dating, so you're better prepared for what comes next.